replacing ethics with mysticism in life-death questions in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Here's an expanded version of the paragraph. The latest Star Trek series, Strange New Worlds, has been making waves with its approach to life-death questions. In exploring the universe, the crew often finds themselves facing difficult moral dilemmas, and the show's writers have taken a peculiar route by incorporating mysticism into their decision-making process. This marks a significant departure from the more rational, utilitarian approach that was characteristic of previous Trek series. In Strange New Worlds, Captain Pike and his crew frequently rely on intuition, spiritual experiences, and unexplained events to guide their decisions. For instance, in the episode Lifeline, the crew encounters a dying planet, and while trying to decide whether to rescue its inhabitants or let them die, Pike has a vision that seems to point towards saving them. This vision, sourced from a mystical artifact, influences his decision, blurring the lines between science and mysticism. This approach is not just a stylistic choice, but also a deliberate attempt to explore the complexities of human and non-human consciousness in a universe where technology has enabled us to push the boundaries of life and death. By embracing mysticism, the show's writers invite viewers to question traditional notions of morality and consider the role of the unknown in our decision-making processes. They raise thought-provoking questions, such as what happens when technology fails us, and we're forced to rely on something more intangible. How do we balance the need to make objective decisions with the subjective experience of intuition? And what does it mean to be human in a universe where the rules keep changing? In Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the intersection of mysticism and life-death questions becomes a rich terrain for exploration, challenge, and depth. This dichotomy between Spock's Vulcan and human sides is a hallmark of his character, and it's fascinating to explore how it plays out in the context of life-death questions. As a Vulcan, Spock is trained to suppress emotions, rely on empirical evidence, and make decisions based on probability and reason. This is evident in his earliest years as a Vulcan, where he's schooled in the teachings of Shurak, the legendary Vulcan philosopher who codified the principles of logic and emotional control. The Vulcan tradition of IDIC infinity, diversity, indivisibility, and cooperation is also rooted in the pursuit of pure logic and the rejection of emotional manipulation. However, as the half-human, half-Vulcan offspring of Sarek and Amanda Grayson, Spock's emotional core is tied to his human half. His relationships with others, particularly his father Sarek, can be fraught with emotional complexity. Sarek's Vulcan stoicism often clashes with Spock's intuitive and empathetic nature, leading to tension and conflict between them. This dynamic is beautifully captured in the 2009 movie, where Spock's decision to undergo a potentially fatal surgery to save the galaxy is motivated by a mix of logic and emotional attachment to his friends. This episode challenges the strict adherence to Vulcan tradition and forces Spock. The show's writers may also draw inspiration from Spock's earlier struggles, as depicted in the original series, where he grapples with his own identity, often finding himself torn between his Vulcan logic. In the context of life-death questions, Spock's dichotomy creates a rich narrative space for exploration. He may find himself weighing the odds of success or failure, and navigating the black and white of death versus life. Yet, as a half-Vulcan, he's uniquely attuned to the nuances of emotions and the human condition. This empathetic aspect of his character serves as a counterpoint to the rigid ethics of his Vulcan upbringing, inviting him to question and re-evaluate his moral code in situations where reason alone is not enough.